Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Expectations and decibels both rising fast here. Things are heating up, and we'll be getting underway very soon. So that's got things underway.
Well, if you're looking for a showstopper, I think we need to look no further than Kaka here, Peter. To me, it's all going to be about how much of the ball he's going to see.
So does he have a specific role?
Yeah, basically to get on it and take it to the opposition. That's what he does. And in doing that, he engages everybody around him.
Yeah, he's terrific. Oh, this looks sharp. Can he get it through? Bastoni gets across to intercept that. He's shifting through the gears here. Cafu. Kaka does really well to win the ball there. Now, can they get him away? David Villa! And that has fair fizzed.
Nothing wrong with the idea. Inches away.
And he's been shifted off it. Cucurella. Kaka. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Oh, that's fabulous. Great chance! In for the pieces! Goal! Manchester United! Some heroic goalkeeping, but even that couldn't save them this time.
Yeah, his instinct told him that the keeper would struggle to cope with that, so top marks for him following up. I think it's really sharp play, it was well read, and he was a little quicker than everybody else.
Oh no, what a... Goes for a shot! It's in! A game of thrills, all square in the blinking of an eye!
Yeah, and analysis of the goal should take a back seat to the importance of a committed reaction. This is wonderful to watch.
After 19 minutes...
That is so good, such sharp skills, and such a delicious finish.
That's what he lives for, Peter. Not a lot more to add.
That has certainly made things interesting.
You've got to commend that, Peter. It's the perfect response to falling behind. Don't let your heads drop, just get back up the pitch and level the scores again. This is cracking stuff.
Well, he's not happy with that challenge, but the referee has let it go. That's a lovely, neat pass. And that's very disappointing, it has to be said. Now it's Bebeto. And it's Kaka. Midway through the first period, and it's looking quite a game here. Kaka, and a shot! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that. The taker has to look for options because an aerial supply doesn't look promising here.
He's tried one! And he's there to get it away. He's gone for goal! Terrific effort, just off target.
Well, he does strike a very pure ball, doesn't he? It's great technique.
Raul carries the ball down the right. Kaka conjures time and space where few can. Kaka ploughing, shot a goal! Oh, split-second reaction.
Kaka really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
Serginho. Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. Now it's Batistuta. Shot could be on. There's the shot! And he's done it! And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Manchester United are such an adept counter-attacking team. They produced something out of nothing there. A few seconds was all it took for them to convert a defensive situation into a goal, and it's very impressive.
Manchester United get themselves into the lead. And that'll be the final action of the first half. Well, the scoreline at half-time, a fair reflection of things overall, you'd have to say that. There was certainly no lack of effort or endeavour in the first half.
Hello attendees, this
No,
is
well, the
Moss
pickings
Children's
certainly have been rich in this first half.
Well, I think the message from the manager at half-time will be pretty simple, Peter. He's going to want them to play at a higher tempo, press more, higher up the pitch, pass quicker, and entice the opposition out of position. He knows how crucial the next goal will be.
Substitution on the field, number 11, Elhaj Diouf. Coming on the
Here
field
we go again.
is number 14.
Al Hilal can really do with some bigger names standing up here. At times they didn't even look as if they knew it.
And a chance! Oh, taken with style. And there we have it, the two-goal cushion. Another moment of magic, a real wow moment.
Oh, what a finish. I mean, an instinctive finish at that, and he probably didn't even have time to think about it too much.
So the lead now is 2.
They've seen the light, and the opposition have been left in the dark.
Looking to play him in. Zanetti gets into some space. Cleared without hesitation. Played out to the right. Zanetti, just like so many of his contemporaries, is proving very good at driving forward. And he's managed to gift it back. Oh, that's really good play on the right. He's driving forward. He's picked his way through. Real chance! Euphoria, utopia, and they are cavorting. And they are cruising away. And that is about as cool as they come. He picked his spot expertly.
That's expertly finished, and he's done that so often.
And there was his third, and boy, he looks the business, doesn't he just?
This is frightening football. He has increased defensive fear on the way to that hat-trick.
It's starting to look like a done deal now. Kaká does really well there, strong defending. Lampard. Messi. And Batistuta has fallen kindly here. And he hits the net. It is no contest. It is a landslide. And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
Well, they say all goalkeepers are crazy, and after that, maybe there's some truth in it.
Things looking so easy, almost too easy here. Costa Curta spots it and intercepts. And he's there to make the challenge. Lampard. Aimed beyond the defence. No, that's been intercepted. Manchester United have got it back and they'll have another go. Look at the space here, takes a shot! It's there! And the headlines continue to get darker and darker.
Absolutely no element of fluke either. Makes this even more worrying in some ways.
As if 3 weren't enough, this is nigh on utopian. It's become a case of men against boys.
And things are much healthier in their favour. Mind you, you would have thought that when the last one went in.
Threads one in. Bebeto! It's in! Oh, beautifully dispatched. There was no reaching that.
He had the whole picture in his head, Peter. He didn't even look at the goalkeeper.
6 added minutes has been indicated.
Well, they have a goal, but it is surely too much to hope for a comeback. Raul. Oh, cracking ball. Referee has just said play on. Oh, super! And he's had a hit! And that is a routine catch. And that's it. Well, that was thrilling. A game of champs and chumps. The winners were so good at times. A side that can and will trouble more or less everyone. Any reflections on what you've seen, Jim?
Al Hilal desperately failing to impose themselves on the game. Decidedly flat, disjointed in so many areas on the pitch, and you're never going to win like that.
Many thanks to Jim, and with that, it is a very good night to you. Well, here we are with everything very much to play for. Win this one and they're going up. Incentives do not come much simpler or sweeter than that one. Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game. Everyone involved is absolutely up for it. And that gets things running. Al Hilal cannot afford to slip up here. Terrific support, and they're going to need it all. Cross goes in there. And it's kept out by a stubborn defence. And the shot! Marvellous goal!
Well, talk about a real rude awakening. It's almost as if the defence saw nothing coming. They just didn't anticipate. On heels rather than toes.
And that is about as cool as they come. He picked his spot expertly.
Well, Peter, I think the keeper knew straight away he was never going to get to it.
I doubt very much that this was in the script. Quality ball. Bebeto over to the left. Serginho providing an outlet on that flank. It's not an especially good pass, that. And here's Maradona.
Well, he was given the time and room initially to hold on to the ball, but eventually he was squeezed that bit harder and the task became too much. I think he's got to be a little quicker in his distribution then and get others into the match.
And he's intervened well there.
Al Hilal are really in a position where patience and prudence will serve them best. Time's on their side.
Lewandowski.
Just needs a little bit of fine-tuning.
Havertz. Possession football, Jim, we're seeing plenty of it. What is it, though, that really makes it work?
Well, for me, what makes it work is the fact that everyone in this team has the courage to show for the ball. You can't shy away from it. You can't hide. You have to front up in a setup like this, and everyone is doing just that.
You make it sound so simple. Pass is just off target. Van Dijk gets good distance on it. Looking to play him in. And he's there to clear it. Has a look and plays it forward. Now, can they get him away? Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
Clearly is miffed, having made the run and not get picked out.
It's Dembele! And that is certainly not what he had in mind.
That's a shame, Peter. Such a great run, but he didn't have that clinical edge.
Saliba and Adams. Serginho is always looking to play quality balls. And it's Serginho. Not much subtlety about that challenge. I have to say, that was an exemplary tackle. Stopped him dead in his tracks. Serginho. Bebeto. Van Dijk is there, and he can get that clear. Big header! Oh, surely that deserved a better outcome.
Yeah, that was really sharp. That kind of delivery can play havoc with defences.
Caicedo.
There will be 1 minute added time.
Great vision. Chips it through. Defending of the desperate variety. Referee's had a look, and he's blown his whistle for half-time. There's been no shortage of industry or intent thus far. A little inspiration and inventiveness, perhaps the only things lacking.
Please take some time out to give
Well, for me, Peter, things have never really got going, but at least this will be a good time to reflect and regroup. I can see a few changes coming, because whatever they've been doing, it just hasn't gelled.
Substitution in progress.
Whistle goes, and we start the second half.
Well, I think starting this half in a strong manner is essential, Peter. If you...
Haaland! Well, now it's a race for the ball. Van Dijk has another go! Harmlessly behind. Al Hilal, different to some extent this half. Details of the changes to come soon.
I'll be fascinated to see how the change now affects their overall strategy.
Azar plays the game a step ahead of almost anyone. Bastoni has got himself a free kick. Cafu. Still chasing the game, trailing by one. Mateus. And it's Serginho. Havertz. And it's Alexander-Arnold. It's Lobotka. Caicedo. Your impression so far, Jim?
Well, there'll be no accusations of a lack of effort. They're giving as good as they get when it comes to chances.
Can he get it through? And that's played in low. It was a good ball that, played into his feet.
Oh, that really should have found the net. The service was faultless, and I'm going to leave it there.
Kukçu is always scanning the pitch for targets. Cafu. Al Hilal are, of course, in a position to go to the bench should the need arise. Whistle's gone, that's a foul. And it's Messi. That is lovely. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Haaland. A real chance to break. Messi. And this is Dembele. That's tidy. Adams with the clearance. Mateus gets a foot in here.
Gil Vicente surely have to be commended for their drive and desire. Most teams would be taking the easier defensive route by now.
Raul plays it, climbs up big. Dispatched clinically. Parity in the showpiece game. It has all the hallmarks of an epic.
There's the superb character and personality we always talk about, Peter. And you can tell it's really unsettled their opponents. The question now is, can they take maximum advantage of what they've just done?
Satisfyingly simple. There's almost a sense of beauty to this.
So well played, Peter. Did a great job keeping sight of the ball. Made a classic move and met it perfectly.
Substitution on the field. Number 29.
So the manager can make a change for the first time in the game here.
I think you have to admire his willingness to keep plugging away, but the manager has done him a big favour, I think, by taking him off. You know, he was looking very, very leggy.
And that has added a whole new complexion to the game.
Al Hilal really can sense it now. This game is theirs to win. They just need to step it up and force the issue.
Who saw this coming? Al Hilal have come back from the very brink. Looking for a runner. Adams attempts a clearance. Messi plays it short. Cross to the back post.
Oh, that's a cracking ball. Too quick for defence and keeper. Well, they shouldn't be dawdling at this stage. They need to get the ball in the mixer and quickly.
Mateus tries to pass it through. Caught offside that time.
Substitution on the field. Number 8, Messi. Coming on to replace him is number 11, Mbappe.
And that will be it. A draw and a highly unpredictable one. Fair share of momentum shifts. Highly entertaining until the very end. How do you look back on the game then, Jim?
Well, neither side could get over the line here. Perhaps one team might be happier, but at the final reckoning, it's honours even and no complaints.
And with that, it's time for me to thank Jim Beglin and to wish you a very good evening. This is where they want to be, one small step away from greatness. Win today, and they will be up there amongst the elite.
Please welcome everyone, our lads.
Colours vivid and vibrant, songs loud and proud. The tone for this game is well and truly set. And that gets things running. Al Hilal come into this game needing something. To fall short here would impact horribly on their future, immediate and beyond. Well, now the opposition are going to have to find something pretty special to stop Lionel Messi today, aren't they, Jim?
Yeah, the man is an absolutely born winner.
Mateus! There it is!
Well, they would have been looking at him to produce the goods, and that was very kind of him to oblige so early.
That is glorious, as if he picked it up and put it there himself.
Well, it's one of those, Peter, when you've got to take your hat off and just say, too good.
They have what they wanted, the first breakthrough.
How important will this turn out to be? This is going to give them a lot more options now.
Cafu. That's a delicate pass. Lewandowski picks it up out wide. Lewandowski, a header! Over to the left. This time, surely! And yes, it's there! Again, in a trice, and they are soaring! As simple as you like, the outcome utterly inevitable.
Such a smart finish, and the setup was very good too, but defensively, they didn't cover themselves in glory here.
Things starting to look very comfortable.
Well, it's been an absolutely fabulous spell for them, and they're starting to look unstoppable. There could be more on the way.
Well, he's going to be disappointed with that. Played out to the left flank, back into the middle. Lovely, now then. That was a good run. The defence looked beaten there. Camavinga. Nice looking ball. And this is Hazard. And he's certainly onside here. Shapes to shoot! It's there! It is a good finish. The odds were against him. Little matter.
Well, at one stage, he was being body checked, Peter, and then the next minute, it's in the back of the net. That's wonderful striking.
After 25 minutes is number 21, Eden Hazard.
Manchester United get themselves back into contention.
Well, we have a very different game on our hands now, all of a sudden. This one's totally up for grabs.
In towards the back. Bullish header! It's in! 2 up and in charge, and things are looking pretty good for them now. A great delivery and a finish to match.
Yeah, it all came from some really smart movement, Peter. Did the defence let themselves down by not picking them up? I think the boss won't be amused.
Al Hilal go 2 up and into a position of real strength.
That has the feeling of a breath of fresh air, Peter, and now they can fill their lungs and just blow them away.
Lovely pass, but can he... And the shot! Yes! And they're at it again in double quick time. A horrible blip, a situation utterly avoidable that has resulted in considerable embarrassment.
Manchester United really were asking for trouble there by failing to cope with a formidable press.
Robert Lewandowski.
So now the difference is 3.
Well, their manager seems to have them always thinking about the next goal. When's the next goal coming? They're such an entertaining watch.
Oh, the ball's gone astray. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. And here's Lewandowski. It's a really well-measured ball. Cafu. They get a throw in. very nicely done. Fired deep. Oh, smashing header! Read the delivery beautifully, but got the finish all wrong. Fernandez. Now Van Dijk. Camavinga. Massaro. Mateus wins the duel this time. And here's the chance to counter. Now the shoots! And it's in! There is a man right at the top of his game, and he just knows it. A momentary lapse mercilessly exploited. They were absolutely lethal.
Oh, that was beautifully done. They were ready to pounce, and they were clinical when the opportunity presented itself.
And there was his third, and boy, he looks the business, doesn't he just?
Well, you had to fancy him, Peter. He seems to be growing in stature with every goal.
It's become a case of men against boys. And it's Azar. And he skips past his man. It's Dembele! He scored! You don't keep those outs. He knew, he just knew.
Oh, what a hit, Peter, and there was nothing lucky about it, let me tell you. It was measured, it was simply inch perfect.
Number 18, Ousmane Dembele.
And that is going to be the final action of the first half.
Al Hilal are looking as solid as I've seen for some time. All departments are working strongly, and this can do their confidence a whole power of good.
We were expecting traffic to be
Al
heavy after
Hilal
the final
3
whistle
ahead
today.
after a remarkable half. Who knows how many more will follow.
Substitution on the field. Number 17, Robert Lewandowski.
And we're off again.
Coming on to replace him is Owen.
Azar. Al Hilal, different to some extent this half. Details of the changes to come soon.
Well, we're certainly going to see a change in personnel. We'll see if the system changes with it.
Saliba. Cafu. And that's gone loose. And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Massaro. Can he get on the end of this? He's having a shot! Well, that is remarkable.
Look, we've all been there. Not that it'll make him feel much better at the moment.
Oh, and they're quick to press here, right on top of them. He has found the way through. Mbappe has fallen kindly here. No mistake. It could be a lifeline. 2 more needed. And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
Well, it still had to be finished off, so well done to the goal scorer, but the keeper should have done a lot better.
Ousmane Dembélé.
So, just a consolation, or is there a way back from here? Massaro is being harried and hassled.
Well, he helps himself to a treble, Peter, and then they switch on. It's a bit late now. I just thought that one needed a tad more lift. Easier said than done, of course.
Looking to go, up he goes! And he hits the net! And they are cruising away! Devoid of any complexity, but boy was that certain.
Yeah, but I think most of the credit has to go for the ball into the box, Peter. Just came in at the perfect time and the perfect angle.
As if 3 weren't enough, this is nigh on utopian. Al Hilal blast themselves into a 3-goal lead. Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
And no, that is pretty much the end of that. He is through here. Cross to the back post. Camavinga can get it clear. And he's there to retrieve it. That's good running with the ball. And he shoots! He has done it! It is no contest. It is a landslide. Truly superb. A goal of such supreme quality, composure and class.
Just the sort of forward pass he's been looking for. Very telling.
Al Hilal are at the peak of their powers. As for their opponents, a long way from that.
Well, that's really winded the opposition. You can see their manager screaming on the touchline, telling his team to calm down. But they'll need to do that pretty quickly. It's composure from here.
And a chance! It's a goal! And this is getting ridiculous. Borderline crazy.
Well, this is turning into a real hammering now, Peter. They're demoralised.
77 minutes is Michael Owen. Michael Owen. Michael Owen. Substitution in progress.
Manchester United can now introduce the first of their substitutes.
Yeah, it's about time I think we saw some activity from the bench, but it's debatable as to what level of impact can be made from here. It's pretty late.
Things looking so easy, almost too easy here.
To be expected, Peter. They've gone and stepped it up, something they've been threatening to do and will continue to do by the looks of it.
Al Hilal are almost home and dry as far as going up is concerned.
You can see how all that tension and pressure we saw before the game, Peter, it's all lifted. Now, no mistakes.
Could move up a gear here. Bumps him off it and wins back the ball. Played out to the right. Dembele.
6 added minutes has been
Manchester
indicated.
United with a corner and hardly any time left on the clock. Serginho tries to clear. Mateus. Serginho is one whose deliveries we all know about. Kukçu. Can he get it through? Well, that's beautifully weighted. Shot could be on. That's going to go a long way. And that is that. Al Hilal have done it. A promotion sealed with a win. How would you summarise what we've seen today then?
Well, I think this has to be one of the sternest tests they have faced as a team. Promotion. And you have to give full credit for the way everyone responded to this. They knew how big this was, how much it meant to the team, and went and got it in the best way possible. Now comes the difficult task in planning ahead.
Well, thanks to Jim alongside me, and as the fans make their way home, so must we. Good evening to you.
And we come to you now with a quick request for support for our charity fund, Chance in Football.